Forget cats or dogs. Today we're looking at the most dangerous and at times deadly pets people actually own. From a bear who eats dinner with its family to a woman who was eaten by her own pet wolf, here are some shocking examples. Let's start with this python. This pet is surprising on its own, but who owns it will really shock you. A young boy named Sambath from Cambodia owns this python. Not satisfied with a typical pet, Sambath's mother one day found a tiny snake in their village and decided to give it to him. Little did she know this tiny snake would grow into a massive python. Sambath received the snake when he was only 3 months old, and they developed an incredible bond. They would hug, cuddle, and even sleep together. Sambath even enjoyed riding his pet python around the house. The python's name is Shamroon, which means progress in English. Sambath's mother had no idea the snake would eventually grow to 16 feet long and weigh an enormous 220 pounds. At one point, Sambath's parents tried to get rid of the python, but the bond between the boy and the snake was too strong. Unfortunately, one day, things took a dangerous turn when the python bit Sambath. He was rushed to the hospital, and thankfully, he survived. However, Sambath had to give up his beloved snake. Although he was heartbroken, he said he wants his next pet to be a rabbit, a much cuter and hopefully far less dangerous choice. Next, we have a man and his pet hyena. Hyenas are some of the most ruthless animals in the world, responsible for many attacks on humans and are among the most feared animals in Africa. But one man in Ethiopia named Abbas Youssef keeps a hyena as a pet. He even walks this hyena through the city, to the horror of everyone around. It almost looks like the hyena is walking him rather than the other way around. Abbas has had this hyena for years and managed to tame it by feeding it meat. Astonishingly, he handles the hyena without any fear, hugging it and even commanding it. Abbas has taught the hyena to follow commands, something almost unheard of with wild animals like this. You might think Abbas would have been bitten or attacked by now, but in over a decade, he hasn't been harmed once. This guy might be an incredible tamer, very lucky, or maybe a bit of both. Finally, let's meet Stepan, a pet bear. Imagine walking into your kitchen for breakfast and finding a bear sitting at the table. This sounds crazy, but it's reality for a Russian family. Yuri and Svetlana Pandalenko adopted Stepan, a brown bear, from a zoo when he was only 3 months old. For the past 25 years, Stepan has lived with them, not as a wild animal, but as a full-fledged member of the family. Stepan lives inside their house, watches TV with them, and even eats meals at the dining table. Treated like a human, he can even stand on 2 legs. Despite his size, Stepan is completely tamed. He's even officiated at a wedding. Imagine being married by a bear. Stepan likely wouldn't have survived in the wild, so Yuri and Svetlana may have saved his life. Some argue that wild animals should stay in their natural habitats, but it seems Stepan is quite happy with his adopted family.